Unmute the microphone. That would help. And hello. Welcome back to the channel and the live stream, our Wednesday night live stream, which is a constant source of entertainment and what have you. So just going to generally be a build type thing tonight. We're going to have a look at some kits that are for sale, some bargains that are out there, and generally just tootle along like that. No real plan as such. So we'll do a couple of bits that I normally do, but for example, what have I been working on? Well, believe it or not, I've been working on this little lady here, and she is a Royal Canadian Mounted Police officer from ICM. It's 1/16 scale. It was actually given to me by a friend, Bob. Thank you very much. He won this, and he doesn't build figures, and he knows I do, so it sort of came over to me.
Why has she got a hole in her head?
Because that's where her brain's going to go. No, she's going to wear a hat. She wears a hat, but it's not ready yet. No, I wasn't joking, actually. We did toy with the idea of making a little blue tack brain and sticking it in there and turning her into a zombie, but which would have been a good idea. We also toyed with the idea of the head fits quite nicely on the shoulders. We were going to have like a wolf woman. That was another idea I come up with. So many possibilities. In the end, I've opted to do the honourable thing and just do a straightforward kit, straightforward build as it is on the box. Let me show you the box quickly. Well, I'll show you the photo is the best thing. That's what I'm trying to replicate. Oh, damn, I just realised I've got something wrong. Okay. Good job I looked at that. The lapels around her neck, I didn't realise they were dark. So I've just got to, it's no big deal that. And obviously she's got this white cord that I've somehow got to do. And she's got the husky with her. So that's what I'm trying to replicate. I should put it that way, really, for you guys to see. And it's a really nice kit. Now I'll show you some of this, but bear in mind it hasn't been finished yet, so there's still a little bit to do. We're going to be working on it a bit tonight. So let's see if we can get this in close. Now let me see. Will that work? Will white background work? No. Maybe if we got, we might have a cellophane wrap of those a bit. No, I think we need, you know, every single week I say I'm going to get some black card.
Every week?
And, yeah, and every week I fail. Yeah, well, they're not finished yet. Obviously, I need something dark. Hold on, let me just try and use the inside of this. It's not exactly dark, but it's different to white. Ah, that seems to be working already. Oh. So, come on. there she is at the moment. I've done her buttons and her buckles, and come on. Come on. You know you want to. Now, if I come in really close, there we go. And if I can back out a little bit. Obviously, her face needs a little bit of work doing to it. Her lips are not done, and her irises and that have got to be done. So, but if we don't concern ourselves too much with the head at the moment, obviously now you're going to see that I've sprayed TS8, Tamiya's TS8, which is their red spray can, and I've gone over the middle body section already with a coat of matte varnish. So that's why the arms are sort of shining at the moment, and the rest is sort of got a more dull look to it. The trousers were done freehand. I didn't. I did try to use some tape, but because of all the wrinkles in the trousers, it just wasn't really sitting well. And yeah, I think they've come out well, to be honest. Oh, photo, stick it to me. Let me put that down there. And then I've done her boots. I had to use my new favourite detail brush, which is the Army Painter Psycho one. And you can see that it's done fairly good job. It's not very accurate on the laces, but we are talking a width of a hair, more or less. So it's and then the soles of the boots. And I think I've missed a bit on the bottom of the boots there. It needs and then a dog lead, and obviously inner sleeve will be painted black. And that's where she's at the moment. So we're progressing with that. We do a little bit every day. I've been undone the face about 3 times now. Generally, when it comes to doing something important like the lips or the eyes, I normally end up stuffing it up and I have to start again. So no, they're just generally, it is not a very good job. So that's where she's at now. Her hat, there's nothing needs doing to her hat now. It just needs a clear coat over the top, and then once her face has been done, I can glue that on. So that's okay to go. There's not much to see on that really. Now the dog was rather interesting. I thought the dog was going to be easy. It turned out not as easy as I first thought. The dog comes in about 5 pieces, and you're left, if I can just, I'll use a pencil so I can, so when the dog comes, you've got the, 2 halves, so 2 halves go down to about there, roughly. And you glue them together, these 2 halves, and then you have the bottom legs are 1 piece, and they glue. So this glues together, and then that glues onto that, and you are left with a hideous seam line, which is very, very noticeable on here. And then obviously the head, and the head has two parts as well. So at first, the first thing I'd done was use Citadel's cement, and I went over the gaps and along the top seam, and just gently sort of filled that in. Of course, once I sanded that down and started to get rid of the seam line, all of this fur detail was lost completely. So I ended up with about this and this roughly, that was all smooth. All this was smooth. Yeah, the seam line had gone, but you got fur around here and then just all smooth there. So I sat and thought about it for a bit, and the idea I came up with, and it's worked a treat, I've got to say. I bang on about this stuff all the time, and yeah, I'm going to do it again this week. Missed a surface of 500. I just put it over the back seam there, and just round here, and sort of made it thinner as it came to the edges. I let that dry for 2 or 3 days. Before I let it dry, I then came over with like a bristly type brush, quite a stiff brush, quite messy, and then used, I can't remember, was it a cocktail stick? And I gouged a little bit out here and there. And generally, I just tried to simulate what you see here. And I'm happy with the results. Let me just see. Hasn't been painted yet. So there we go. And you can probably see the gouges I made, but when it's painted up, I'm happy with that, and that now is ready for painting. It's been primed, and I will probably just I don't know whether I'll just use the black primer to simulate the colors. I don't think I want them to be jet black.
If you do the black primer over the dog before you do the white, that make the white hard to do.
No, the white's already done. I'll put the white down first. That's done. That white primer. And then I shall come over with the black. I shall probably have to go over again with some more white. But it depends how well it goes, because I should be doing this freehand. I won't be masking anything off. And I noticed there's some grayer parts underneath the dog there, so yeah, it's not going to stay the same tone, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, no, it won't be the same tone. It'll be so there'll be bright spots where his fur is, like on the front of his legs. Yeah. You can see that it's a brighter white. So it'll be toned down. Yeah, so it's that's where I'm at with that. And another set of blinking eyes to do. And then, of course, there's her utility stuff on her belt, which I think I'm planning on spraying that tonight as well. So we have, ignore this lot, that's for the polycarp off. We've got her lapels there. That's part of a lead, a holster. And I don't know what she keeps in them. Probably a lipstick and stuff, I don't know. So that's where we're at with that. Nothing else has been done with the Airfix build, and nothing else has been done with the ship. What's the ship called? HMS Victory.
To be fair, you haven't done much with the toothache.
No, a lot hasn't been done. But I'm hoping to get back onto that. I did manage to get a few reviews done. So if you go and look on the channel, we'd done a review of, or I done a review, sorry, of this marvelous looking kit, which actually looks amazing in there. It looks really nice. So I reviewed that, and that's up on the channel if you want to look at it. And we also reviewed this, and it is a monster. And that is the Boeing E3 AWACS. Yeah, this thing is absolutely enormous. Go and see the review on this. The sprue gates on this thing are well, they're the worst I've seen, I think. And then they're going to take, you know, some care to remove. They're quite brutal. So it's not the greatest kit. I am going to enjoy building it though. And it's probably at somebody's request. I can't remember who requested this, but it's probably going to be the video build to follow on from the Spitfire when the Spitfire's finished. So that was requested in the review. I think somebody asked if I'd do that. So yes, that's looks like that's going to happen with this. So
I have a quick question.
what?
Rob has asked to get on the live stream, do you have to be on Facebook?
No, you have to be on YouTube or Google Chrome. Sorry, it's I because I create the link in YouTube, but as long as you've got, I can send the link to anyone. I can email it to him if he wants to come on. It helps if you're on Facebook, but it's not essential. But I would need his. I think I need his email address so I can send him a link. Or if he's got a Google account, his Google tag, something like that. I'm going to mention the Soviet build we've got going. Obviously, this is a big build for us. It's for me. I'm trying to push the channel on this one. So I invested in a set of sprue cutters, the single blade display ones that are very popular. They are going to be first prize, hopefully. I mean, assuming we get some entrants. So, you know, it's anything Russian, absolutely anything Russian at all. Just pop along, put your picture up of your kit before you build. And when you're finished, you know, you don't have to put how you built it or anything. You know, you can. It would be nice if you put some pictures up as well, but you know, it's totally up to you. The work will be judged on what it, you know, what it looks like, not the content that you write in Facebook. So yeah, you know, pop in and start yourself a build. And you never know, you might find yourself winning a pair of the display cutters. They're very sought after, and they were quite hard to get hold of. I don't know whether that's changed, but I know they're a very, very good quality tool, and it was something that we wanted to do. We wanted to give tooling out rather than a kit. You know, because people win tanks and they don't really like building tanks, or so we wanted to give something away that you know, every modeler uses. And I think everyone will agree that the display cutters are some of the best out there, if not the best. But that's a matter of opinion.
Bob was looking for a link. said to him, I will try and get that sorted for next week.
Well, if he sends me his email address, I can send him a link straight away.
How can we send you your email? Your email address link to your Twitter account?
Can he not just put his email address in the chat?
You might not want to do that.
No, but I'm saying, is that a does he want to do that or not? Anyway. Right. So where are we at now? Let's have a look at what we're going to try and do this week. Now, did I pick it up? I dropped the base that I was supposed to be working on. I don't know whether I picked it up or not. Let me just bear with me a second. Where is that gone? It only fell down here. There it is. Right, so we're looking at doing this base. So I've glued it together, and obviously the first thing that it needs is primer putting on it. So I'm just going to generally, I mean, she stands on her own, so it's very well sort of it's just sort of roughly going to be a bit like that. Yeah, so we could have it a bit like that. Oh. So my plan for this is to prime this, paint the top with an earth color, an earth texture, and then I'm going to use some green sort of flocking to simulate a grassy surface. So that's the plan. Now, if all works as it should, I'm going to change camera now. I'm not going to try. And move over to the other camera. Which is there. There we go. So we're going to have to swing this mic around. We've got wires all over the place. So this is a little bit of a deviation from the norm. I've got stands and tripods and expecting everything to go off in a minute. So what I can do is, because of the way it's all situated, I will try and do it like that. I've only got a basic.
Hello, no one wants to see me.
So I'm using, I've got this to try. It's one-shot MIG primer. So it's basically Badger Steinel res. Same stuff all round that everybody reads rebadging under their own names. So just going to mix that up.
Yes, good point. This Sprue.
Yeah.
Isn't that exactly what I'm supposed to be at the window?
Yes, it is. But if I turn that on, people are not going to hear me, and this is an acrylic.
If that stinks, I don't care how much people are not going to hear you. So out the window. They might not want to hear you, but I don't want to say it.
It doesn't stink. Well, it would help if I took the... Huh. Right, let me just move that a minute while I pop that on there. Just swivel that round a sec. There we go. Now it will get a bit noisy if I put it on just for... There we go. So it's going to be a little bit noisy while I spray, just to keep everyone happy.
Well, they're not going to know they're online.
What do you mean? Well, yeah, they won't be able to hear me, so it's only going to be a quick fix. And obviously, because of the drying times, I'm probably not going to get much done on this the way I want to. We'll see. I might break a few rules just to get it going, get it done. So I'm going to just turn the pressure down on this a bit. About 20, just over 20 psi. There we go. Very quick. I quite like that brown. It's brown oxide. Just turn that off. Yeah, I quite like that. I really do. It's a nice, nice colour to it. Just wondering whether to prime. No, we'll leave it at that. Let's see if we can aid the drying a little bit. I wouldn't normally suggest doing this. Not you know, it's just not worth it. You just wait for it. But obviously, I want to try and let you see as much as I can. And I really hate wasting anything. And I've got some paint left in there. I know it's only a bit, but I'm just looking around now for something to put it on, something to prime. Yeah, no, there's nothing there. Oh, I'm gonna have to tip it away. Oh, what a shame. Only a little bit. And let's use some UMP airbrush cleaner. My brush that I keep over here, so any old brushes, I keep some of them specifically for airbrush cleaning. It's quite a lot of let's just backwash that, pour that out. Right, and then we will put a bit more in. It's looking clean in there now. The airbrush cleaner's now clear. And we'll just backwash it a little bit. Still a tiny bit in there. Tiny bit. As you can see from there we go. And I normally use an acrylic wash, like I use the UMP airbrush cleaner if I'm going to be using an acrylic paint, and then I use a cellulose thinners if I'm going to be using any lacquer paints or anything like that. So we'll leave that there to dry. That is an exceptional colour, actually. I really do like that. It's the first time I've used it. I never bought this colour from UMP. When I don't know whether they've done this colour or not, but I didn't buy it. I did buy their rust one, which was really nice as well. And I don't know whether there was something happened. I can't remember. And I don't know whether this was brought out to replace their old rust one that they used to have. But that was a beautiful colour as well. Badger really know their stuff, got to be said. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm not going to touch it. I know that I sprayed something earlier, and I don't know whether it's the humidity or the temperature, but I checked on it a little while later and it was still not quite dry. And normally this stuff dries very, very quick. Yeah, it's I think it's the humidity. So anyway, now we're going to move back to the camera. Move the camera back, sorry, and we'll continue working on. There was something I could have sprayed down. Always the way, isn't it? So let me just change the. And we're back. Completely painless. Or it should have been. So we've got these little holsters. Now what I'm going to do is just going to paint them brown, XF64, which is red brown. And what I'm going to do, and I've done this with leather belts and such before, and it really works nice and really makes them pop a bit. And I'll tell you for why. You notice her boots are extremely shiny. You can see they're very shiny, and no doubt all this belts and that will be as well. So what I do for that, bear with me while I fetch it. I paint them in brown, XF64, and then at some point I will come over with a varnish, a matte varnish, completely cover the model so that everything has a matte finish to it, and then I put this in a little aluminium dish that I've got, and this is acrylic artist's ink, and I will gently wash that over the boots and the belts, and it dries with a really nice shine on it, and it gives you that whole highly polished leather look. So that's what I'll do with those. And this, you can pick this up from Hobbycraft. It's fairly dear, to be honest. They're about £5 a bottle, and I haven't used them that much, but I have used this one for simulating this leather, and for that it's worth every penny. I've got some other colors which I haven't used yet, and I bought these. I don't know if any of you remember when Gil appeared on the show, and he'd done some work. He was doing some work on the show. He showed us how he painted a figure, and he used inks. Well, back then, I think it was the very next day, I went out and bought some inks, and I've added a couple to them. You know, I've got a really bright green. You can see how long it's been sat there because it's settled. But my favourite, which I'm going to be using on, my World of Warfare, the Games Workshop figures, is this one, and it's called Shimmering Blue, even though it's white. Now you can't see it at the moment, but I don't know whether if I turn that in the light, I don't know if you'll pick it up. It's got like a hologram effect, you know, like you get on them Visa cards, where when you move it, you got that little blue shit tint to it. Well, it's got these hundreds and thousands of tiny little flecks of blue in it. Let's see if I can shake it up and get a. No, it's not gonna. I don't know. I don't know whether you're going to see it or not, but it's. Let's go closer. Yeah, it's there. It is there. And it looks as though it's coming through. So, and I'm going to use that on some white areas. So I'm looking forward to doing that and giving that a try. And so I've got plans for all of these. Another big thing that's coming up, it's been the very early stages at the moment, but I am planning on creating something, a product, and I may be releasing that next year. If all goes well, I'm designing something at the moment. I can't say anything more than that. I'm going to design something. I'm going to make something. See how it works. It's something very basic, and if all goes well, I'm hoping to be able to start just selling them on the site for subscribers. I would probably make these, if it all goes well, I would probably just make these at cost. So I'm not in it to make any big amount of money. It's just something that I think will help a lot of modelers. And I can say no more than that. Right. So let's paint these. That feel wet. Shook that. It feels wet. Obviously, I do not want brush strokes in it. I need to pick a suitable. I'm going to use the Italeri number 2. Let me just quickly nip over. And back again. Hold on, I've lost my page. There I am. There we go. Right, so let's just give that a bit of a. Don't want to go straight on loaded up with paint. Not massive amounts anyway. I could try and avoid. Yeah, quite simple. So all I've done really is I've shook the bottle, flipped the cap up, and added 2 drops of self-leveling thinner. Just 2 drops, no more. And it should make your Tamiya paint much more manageable. It won't really help when it comes to big areas, but certainly small details, they'll be fine, and you'll find that they do have a lot of shine to them from the leveling thinner, because it's assuming it's a shiny object you're painting. Obviously it won't make matte paint shiny. And again, once these are dry, I can paint these. I can varnish these with a matte coat, and then come back over with the artist's ink and give them that lovely deep leather look. But so the first coat, you might need another one on there. Some of these parts I'll have to flip over and paint the other side. So that's them done. Let me just check this hat. Yeah, that's good for the next stage. Let me just check the hands, because I did paint these yesterday, but there was red showing through from underneath from when I sprayed the arms. There we go, just and the problem with these is that when they're at this stage, because they've only got their paint layer on, when you keep picking them up and putting them down, it taps on the high spot like it's done here, and it's removed very small amounts of paint off the back of a bun there. So they really become quite delicate at this stage until you can get that matte coat on. So I'm constantly looking for somewhere to just prop her up there for now. What I should do is make a little, get a bit of sponge and maybe make a little cutout. You don't want that bun touching the tile. Yeah, that's okay. Right. Now I've got an empty jar here, but I normally keep my cellulose thinners in here that I use for cleaning the brush. I've got another one somewhere with just water in. There we go. Beautiful brushes they are. I normally, when I order something from Mike, I will ask for a range of these because they're about £1 each roughly. And I normally get a couple of 000s, 00s, and a couple of number 2s. And they're just really great. They last a long time, and they always keep their point. Always keep their point. And yet they cost next to nothing. Let me just clean that one. Oh, it looks okay.
I wonder how many wires up there, and that's it. It's getting a new brush because it always keeps fun.
I don't know, perhaps it's just me. Perhaps I'm just sad. I do like a nice brush. But then I like a nice pen as well. Right, what's the time? Oh yeah. It's hot. Oh, pop them back in there. I'm just wondering. So on this, basically on her face, I could do with a bit of a rosy complexion on her cheek. Now this is something that oh, I've forgotten his name now. Yeah. Oh, I watch all his Gilbert. Sorry, Gil. This is something that Gil showed me when I was doing a kit a short time ago. Now I'm just checking that I've got the right colour, because I've got a feeling it wasn't something as red as. Now the last time I'd done this, Gilbert was actually watching, and he was supervising, if you like. That's probably the right word. Or was it a red primer? Now then, this time I'm going to try it again. This could go badly wrong. But basically, this is a little tiny bit of oil, and I'm literally only going to put the tiniest amount on. That's too much. That's how little I have to put on. What I've put on there is too much. On, is it not gonna? Yeah, see, that's way too much. So let me see if I can. No, that's way too. So there, I've wiped most of that off. Now let's see if The brush is too long. I need something shorter. No, it's not gone on very well. Try and now we're gonna right, I fear that the I'm not happy with that at all. That has not gone to plan. Let me see. So put the highlights back on the cheekbones there. Now I want to leave a little bit brighter around the eyes for a reason, because they wear a lot of sunglasses, don't they? Around there. So I think when the sunglasses come off, there would be the skin would be slightly whiter around the sort of eyes and nose. Just a lighter, tiny lighter bit on the chin there. Try not, don't want to get any underneath the chin, because it's going to be quite dark under there. Plus she wears a hat, so what I need to do is try and pick a decent shade for her lips. No, not bright red. She wouldn't have bright red. I want a natural. Might have to mix two colours together, actually. So I've got a colour in mind. If I can just find it. Metallic like that. Surely it's not only what is that colour? Let's try that. I'm going to have to lighten it down a bit. Again, this is a test. I don't know whether this will work or not. I'm going to have to come and clean up at the bottom of the mouth, the bottom lip. There's a bit too, it's not quite straight, but I think that's a slightly better colour. Well, I don't know. I have to see what that's like when it's been cleaned up a bit. Let me just see if I can get a cotton bud in there to. There we go. Let's clean that up a little bit. It's one of those where it looks okay from, you know, a distance. I'm not sure close up whether it's too bold still. Whether it needs to be a little bit lighter. Let's just have a look. Has she got any on at all? Yeah, see, she has got lipstick on. And I can tell you for a fact that those teeth have been photoshopped. I know because I used to do a lot of photoshopping in years gone by, and they've definitely been photoshopped. In fact, I'd even go so far as to doubt whether she's smiling like that, or her teeth are not look that great. Anyway, yeah, so I might leave that, see how that goes, and see what it looks like when it's all glossed over and that. At least it's not this bright red that made her look a bit like a posh prostitute. And we can't have that. Right, now then, we'll go now and have a look at our bargains for the week.
Yep, I've already seen one. Anyone like it more?
Yeah, that one's not on here because it was added too late.
I think it was a bad idea that you accepted me to join my group. Or a good idea. I can't make my mind up yet.
Bear with me a second, guys, while I get this.
I think Michael will be asking, never mind you.
So I'm just wondering whether I could get that last.
No, they can't. Well, they're not. Well, they can find it themselves.
All right, you don't want me to put it on.
No.
Right, okay. So.
Sorry, I'm not sharing that one.
I'm just opening up the files. I've got a slow computer. Right. Come on. Have a drink while I'm waiting for that to. There we go. Right, just need to go into the pictures. And it's the 22nd today, isn't it? Mm-hmm. All right. Let me get my bits and pieces together. Let me just pop that lid on that paint, otherwise it'd be drying out. I need to go back to that. Right, I'm now going to share my screen. Screen share. Computer's quite a good spec, but it's only got 4 gigabytes of memory in it. I mean, it can hold a lot more, and that's the minimum requirement to run Windows. Outside programs, it doesn't want to know. So unfortunately, it's going to cost me about 100 quid to upgrade the memory on it. Right, so share entire screen, and if you could let me know, Angela, as soon as that's sharing. Yeah. If I'm not responding. Give it a minute. There's not a lot I can do. I think I'm gonna. Oh, are we? I think we might be almost there. Chug 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 chug. Oh, come on. Doesn't normally take this long. Yeah. Let me try and open in a different photo. We might just have to do the thumbnails. Yeah, I think if it's going to cause this much trouble trying to open the pictures, I'm going to have to knock it on the head. It's a shame because I like showing them, but yeah, but people don't want to be sat around. Right, we got one up at last. So we're going to start somewhere near the end, actually. Let me find out. Right. So, as not usual, these are items that I've picked from model kits for less off of Facebook. You can also buy these from Mike Jolly, his bricks and mortar store. Links are in the description below. As I've said before, these are, I'm not in, I don't get paid for this. I don't get given anything to do this. And these kits are, I've tried to give the information accurately. obviously it is subject to change if I get something wrong, but I haven't done that I know of yet. But it was just something I thought about today. I thought I'd better mention that. So anyway, what you're looking at is a new Valiant Wings book, I believe. Oh, hold on. Is it a book and a model? Yeah, it's the new Valiant Wings. The number, if you want to order this, is VWP 577354. It says it's an airframe and miniature 12, whatever that means. The Supermarine Spitfire Part 1, normally $19.99. You can get this for $18.50, including UK second class post. So there we have it. Is it going to let me move on to the next picture? No. Is it going to let me go back? No. Oh, Lord. It doesn't normally play up this bad. Oh, hold on. We have got it. Hold on. There is no next photo. It's giving me the last one. That's why. So, next one up is a Soviet tank crew. And this is by Mini Art. So, it's going to be 135 scale. It's their tank crews for flame and heavy tanks. Normally $10.99. These are $9.90 plus postage of your choice. These are new out, so they look quite cool actually. I don't know, when it comes to 135 scale figures, I tend not to. I like the bigger ones, but they, you know, nice level of detail on them. And I've seen Mini Art stuff before. It does look nice. Next up, we have from Tamiya. This is the Long Range Desert Group 30. And I don't know what CWT is. Is that cubic something tons, or I don't know. It's a Chevrolet truck. That's what it is. Normally $19.99. You can get this, including UK Hermes, for £19, and it's a re-release. So there we have that. ICM, love ICM kits. I'm a big fan of them. And this is the Standard B Liberty World War I US Army truck. What can we say about this? Got to find it first. It's normally $29.99. It's now $27, including UK's Hermes, and it's due September. So I didn't look through the comments to see whether it's actually out, because sometimes that happens, and Mike will put under the comments, this is actually out now, so let me know if you want any more. But all these, you should consider that these are time sensitive. A lot of them you can get, but especially when it comes to these special offers, you need to get in quick, otherwise you're going to miss out. I've missed out no end. And that's 135th. Nothing else to say on that, really. Standard B. The kit number is 35650. Excellent. And then we've got a Kubelwagen, I think I've said that right, workshop with DAC troops. I don't know what that means. I'm not going to pretend to even know what that means. They're DAC troops, African Corps figures, I think. It's a workshop with Africa Corps figures. 44.99. This is a limited supplier offer, and it's down to 29.50. So that's like £15 off, and that includes Hermes delivery in the UK. So, you know, you want to get your mitts on that, better move pretty sharpish. Then we've got the Hillbilly gun truck. I quite like the look of this, but it's M923 Hillbilly gun truck. It's number 6513 by Italeri, and it's 1/35 scale, £28.50 down to 26, and that includes Hermes UK delivery. Next, we've got a 1/72 Fist of War German P500 Gunganier. I think I said that right. And that's by Model Collect. That's down from $43.99 to $38.50, and it's due out in October. Again, it could be due. It might even be out now. You need to go and check the text underneath and see whether there's been any updates. I did have to rush these through tonight. With had a busy day, so I had to rush these. Then we've got this. Now, I love this kit. I want to buy this kit, but I want to get it in a slightly bigger scale. So obviously it's an F-35 Lightning II B version, US Marine Corps Stovl fighter, STOVL. So that's the takeoff vertical lift, super takeoff vertical lift, something like that. And I love it. I think it's really cool.
Bob is building that as we speak.
What, the 1/72?
Yeah, F-35 right
now. Oh, yeah. Has Rob put any pictures up anywhere of it?
Not yet.
So, yeah, Rob, if you could put some pictures up of that and, you know, your opinion on it, I'd really appreciate that, because this is a kit that I'm really interested in building. So anyway, did I give a price for that? I don't think I did. It's £29.99 down to £27.50, including UK Hermes, and it's down as a new release. So great. Next we have, I don't even know how to say that, so I'll give it a go. Let me just find the right one. It is the dress from Dragon. The number's DN6728. It's Ardelt Rheinmetall, 8.8 centimeters, pack 43, Waffentrager. I don't know if I've said that right. Apologies if I've got it wrong. This is a limited supply offer, so it's currently, the price is $45.99. But if you scoot on over there now, you can pick one up for 27 quid, including UK Hermes delivery. Bargain. Then we've got from modelingmadness.com, but through Mike again. This is from Azure From, written with 2 R's. I don't know what's going on there. It's 1/72. It's Bruget, 1050 Elise, ALM, 2970 down to 2650, including UK Hermes delivery. And I think that's it. Yeah. So that is it for the and there we go, and we're back. So just a few items I picked out. I mean, to be honest, your best day to go and look at Mike's page is Thursday. Thursdays when all the companies release their deals for the week. Well, most of them do. And, you know, that's the day you want to head on over to the various sites. Anybody that's in modeling knows that, you know, check them all out on a Thursday. That's when you get a majority of your bargains. So, yeah. And I think we're just going to call it a night at that, really. Thanks for tuning in and watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a like and give a thumbs up. I'm sure the thumbs down people are going to leave their thumbs down. So let's try and match it up a bit and even it out if we can. That would be great. What do we normally get? We normally get about four or five thumbs up. Let's aim for 15,000 thumbs up this week.
Miracle worker. You are dreaming, boy. Keep dreaming.
So there we go. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll be back next week with some another kit, another build, some more projects maybe, and I look forward to seeing you all then. Anyone that's interested, I'll be going into an off-air hangout now, so you just follow the same link, but it will take you into a new group, and I'll see you in there very soon. Bye for now.